Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Amber and today I have 4 Valentine DIYs for you. I hope that you enjoy them, and if you do, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up as that does help my channel, and leave your comment down below to let me know which one you like the best. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell for all of my future videos. Now let's go ahead and get into these DIYs. Okay, so first DIY, very easy. I got this tote bag from Dollar Tree and it says here is a hedgehog. How cute is that? Not technically any part of their Valentine's decor or anything they have out for Valentine's Day, but it says here is a hedgehog and has 3 little hearts at the bottom, and I just thought this was so cute when I saw it. So I just knew that I wanted to turn it into a pillow and have it out for Valentine's Day. So first thing I do, as you saw there, is cut off the handles for the tote bag, and then all I'm going to do is stuff it with some stuffing that I had from an old pillow, and then you just stuff it till you think it's good, which at first I didn't stuff it as much as I would like to, but you'll see me go back and fix that. And then I just fold in the edges, and I'm going in with this fabric bond or fabric fusion, sorry, it's fabric fusion. And so I go in with that, and I've never really used this before, so I was kind of messing around with it in the beginning, and it wasn't like having an immediate hold. So you'll see me go ahead and go in with that, and then also bring in my hot glue gun and run a bead of the fabric fusion along the edge, and then the hot glue gun as well, just so I had that immediate bond, because I wasn't too sure how the fabric fusion exactly worked. You will also see here that I decided to put on clips onto my pillow just so that the fabric fusion could do its job and have something to help it hold together. So I do that. Don't know if it's really necessary or not, but that's what I did. And then the handles that I cut off, I do just tie into a simple bow and then hot glue that to my pillow. Here I am just taking a scrap piece of that tote's handle and cutting it down so it can be a little bit thinner, and then using that to cover up the twine that I wrapped my bow with. And then I just use some hot glue to attach it to the top of the pillow, and this is already looking so cute, but I didn't feel like I put enough of the stuffing in it. You see how flat it is, and I wanted it to be a little bit more fuller, so I did go ahead and just like pull open the pillow a little bit, since that fabric fusion wasn't dry yet. It was pretty easy to pull apart, and then I just stuff it till it's as stuffed as I want it to be and as full as I want it to be. Now I go back in with the fabric fusion and add a little bit more of that, as well as some hot glue to cover that seam back up. And that is as easy as it gets. Very cute DIY using a tote bag from Dollar Tree and making this into a pillow. It looks really cute on my sofa, and I absolutely love how easy this was. And for this next simple DIY, I am using this 8x10 window frame and these gnome window clings, both from Dollar Tree, and you can really use any style of window clings that matches your decor and any frame that you may just have on hand. So first thing I'm going to do is take this frame apart and just get it down to the glass so that I can really play around with my window clings and figure out which ones I want on the frame, and really how I want the setup to be and look. This is a really simple way to fill up your shelves and a really cost-friendly way, as this DIY just cost me a little over $2, because you'll see that I do use scrapbook paper, and that's like 25 cents at Hobby Lobby. So now I'm going in with this larger piece of scrapbook paper that is like a shiplap, just to give the frame something behind the window clings that I'm putting on it, and so that it can sit on my shelf and have like a more put together backing on it, I guess. I don't even glue this down, I just put it in as if you would a picture. And really that is it. You put your frame all back together, and this is what it turns out to look like. Like I said, it is very cheap and easy DIY to help fill up your shelves. And there are a little bit of my decorations that I have up. I just absolutely love these gnomes. They are so cute. Now for this DIY, I am going to be using 4 6x8 canvases from the Dollar Tree. And what I'm going to first try to do, which didn't work out too great for me in the beginning, you'll see, I do try to cut out around the back of the canvas with that utility knife, or the crafter's knife, and this is just from Dollar Tree, so it's not, you know, the best crafter's knife in the world or anything, so that's probably why I was having a little bit of a hard time. If you have a better one, that may work good for you, but I did end up going in with the staple remover that I had on hand, and just removed most of those staples, and then just cut around the corners of the canvas to get that released. And then we have our little wood frame, so we're going to set that aside along with the canvas. We're keeping that, and you'll see in a little bit that we just trace and cut that out. So I go ahead and remove all my canvases from my frames. I didn't make you watch it all, but that's all you do. And so I have 4 of these, and one of the canvases actually came out weird and ugly looking yellow, but it's okay. We'll just put our darker colored paint or stain on it and work with it as it is. But now I'm just going in and sanding all of the canvases down, as most of them do have a bunch of little splinters on them. After we get those all sanded down, I am going to go ahead and make me some watered down paint so that it gives the wood more of a wash than a solid color. And I'm going to be using Elephant and Plaster chalk paint from Waverly. I have my jar, and I'm just getting very little bit of the plaster and putting some water in there just to dilute it a little bit. Like I said, just so it gives the wood more of a wash than a full-on colored paint. And I will zoom in so that you can see what I'm talking about on how it makes the wood look. See, you can still see the wood through it, but it does give it a nice wash of color. And I am just getting this color all around the edges and inside, and as well as the front of it. And don't worry about the back, as the canvas will be covering that part up. So I'm doing white, or the plaster color, on 2 frames, and then I will do the elephant color on the other 2 frames. And here I am just doing the same thing to get the kind of wash with my gray color, and just pouring in a little bit of water into that. You do see here that I go in and it is a little bit too dark for me, so I pour in some more water and get that mixed up, and then I get to the wash that I was looking for. And don't worry about that darker part there. I will just go in with a sander and sand that down so that we can get it to more of how we want it to look. I really do love how the wash of the paint gives the effect of it being stained on the wood, and that you can still see the wood through it. And this is such a cheap and easy way to get that stained look. It's just by diluting some of your paint. Once we have all 4 of our frames painted, we are going back on with the canvas, and we are going to trace the frame onto our canvas and then just cut that out. And then I go in with my hot glue gun and just stretch out the canvas to each side so that it's nice and tight. And then I do go in with my staple gun and staple each side of the canvas, just so it gives it a little bit extra of a hold, and that I know that this isn't going to be falling apart on me. After we have all 4 of those done, I am going to go in with some decals. And learn from me now that you do need HTV vinyl for this. I should have done my research before doing this, but I didn't, and I just thought I could use some permanent vinyl, and that's what I did. And you will see here that it does not work out with this Be Mine. I get it on there, and I'm trying to just do it as I would any other surface, any other hard surface, and it doesn't work out at all. So because I didn't want to waste what I already cut out, and I didn't have anywhere else to put it, and I didn't have the colors of HTV that I needed to achieve this look with HTV, I go in and use each of these decals as a sticker, which was a pain in the you-know-what. So definitely just get you some HTV if you're wanting to do any of the vinyl on canvas, and it should be a lot easier to do. I'm not going to make you watch all of the transfers onto here because, like I said, it was a pain. And yeah guys, so I did have to recut out the Be Mine, and now I'm placing it on as a sticker, and just trying my best to get it on there straight. It did kept moving around and twisting and turning, and you know, just giving me a real hard time. I did almost give up on this DIY, but I did already do a lot of work with pulling apart the canvases and painting them and all that, so I didn't want it to just go all to trash. So I just took a deep breath and did my best with working at these stick-on vinyls, and they ended up coming out, and I am now using them for my decor. But I really suggest HTV if you want to remake any of these. And here they are. I just have them right now on this window I'm showing you all. So there's my craft room in the back, don't mind that. But yeah, that is how they turned out, and they still came out really cute. Let me know what you think of these and if you would want to make them yourself. Alright, and the final DIY, I am using 4 paint stir sticks and measuring them out to be about 18.5 inches. And I did just get my husband to cut these down for me, and I'm going to be using this wood glue, and we'll need some hot glue, of course, and I am just going to be laying this out first and making sure that everything is square, and you know that I'm laying it out good before I glue it down with my wood glue. I do use some of these little clamps from Dollar Tree just to help them stay in place and let them get some dry time before moving on. I did want to say that this DIY that I'm doing here was inspired by DIY by Jazz, I think is the name of her channel. I don't know. I will definitely link her in the description box below, but she did a DIY similar to this, and I just loved it so much that I wanted to make my own. So anyways, I'm going in with the Waverly wax, and I paint that entire frame and then put it aside to let it dry. And now I am taking some DIY hearts from Dollar Tree in 2 different designs. So I need 4 of the same design and 2 of another design, as well as these really cute grapevine hearts that they have at Dollar Tree. Going in with those, and then different paints, and these mini hearts I got actually in like a box, or like a little box of them that they sell at Hobby Lobby. So I am using those as well. And what I'm going to be doing first is taking my paint and elephant and painting those hearts that you see me painting there, all the same. So all 4 of them will be painted that gray. And then I will be going in with the other design that you see in the middle there and painting that with ballet slipper. And of course, you can use any colors that you like, but my living room actually is going to be the pink and gray tones, so that is why I chose to go ahead and do these 2 colors. But yeah, these are just really cute and nice DIY hearts that they have at Dollar Tree. They have multiple designs actually, so definitely grab you some of those. They're really fun to mess around with. Okay, so after we're done painting the big hearts from Dollar Tree, I'm taking those little ones that I mentioned that I got from Hobby Lobby, and they're in 2 different designs, and I am getting 4 of each design, and one design I am painting again in the wax, antique wax, and the other I am painting in plaster, all from Waverly. And after I have all of my things painted, I go ahead and lay out all of my hearts in my frame before moving on to any next step, just so I know I have enough room and that I can move anything around as needed. And then I'm going to take some of this jute twine that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to flip all my designs over so that they're facing the other way. And then I'm going to go in with my hot glue gun, and you want some really good hot glue sticks for this. You don't want some cheapy ones from Dollar Tree or anything. You want like the Surebonder ones or even the Gorilla brand ones, so that this really stays. So I put some hot glue in the back of each of my hearts, on the top and at the end, and just make sure to pull your string tightly whenever you're doing each heart, and it should stay on pretty well. Mine did. So I know Jazz did hers a little different, so again, definitely check out that way. She actually drilled holes in her hearts, but she did use some different hearts. But I just thought that using the glue would work well, and it has. It's still in my living room. It's a very nice decor piece. And I'm doing the same thing with the little hearts and just laying them out and pulling the string tightly on there, adding some hot glue, putting the string onto the next one, and so on and so forth until I get all of them glued onto the string. Next, I go ahead and get my hot glue and glue the string or twine down to my frame itself, making sure again to pull very tightly. And then I use some popsicle sticks to reinforce this. You can definitely paint your popsicle sticks as well if you want to, but I wasn't too worried about it as it's going to be against the wall. And here's how it looks hanging in my living room. I think it's a really nice statement piece. I really love the way it turned out and the way it looks. Let me know what you think of this and if you would want to recreate it as well. And that is it for our DIYs today. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. Talk to y'all next time. Bye!